Everybody, and welcome to session 78 of D&D. Papihos, we got everyone in the stream this time.
What's up, nerds? I'm back.
No one died. We have Helminia, James, Suzanne, Alpha, and Jazz here, playing their wonderful, wonderful people, experiencing absolutely no hardships whatsoever, as they are having the easiest time ever, just kind of vibing in this world, with no issues, no problems whatsoever. But yeah, so...
When did you start gaslighting us? When was this, like, a common theme?
There's no common theme. It's just me.
Oh, okay.
There's no common theme.
I don't know.
Common
According
person.
to the meme we got earlier, I think we're hitting TPK today.
That's a good point.
No. No. Nothing is happening tonight. This is going to be a standard night where no problems, no issues whatsoever will come up. Everyone's going to be happy. And do not mind the music.
When have any of those things ever been considered the standard? I do not believe that we've had one session where something didn't in some capacity go wrong.
I was about to say, are we just gonna forget the entire last session where I sussed out that there was foul play and the ship crash?
I mean, I don't remember it anyway, so we might as well, yeah?
God damn it.
Alrighty. But it is important to note where we last left off. You all had fought hard, valiant fight against the Draconic Army of Abrazduel, the World Eater. As shots rang out, spells were cast, and kobolds attacked. A lot of you struggled, but surprisingly, no one died. As the only casualty on your guys' sides of named characters was Mortan. Of course, minus the 100-ish other people on board the ship, but, you know. Bright side of the conversation. However, once the battle had kind of calmed down, you all kind of took stock of your situation and realized that the battle to the west of you had gone and drawn silent. However, your crew was in no shape to fight. With one of the Arbiter's arms being broken, another one having fused their head back together with magic, and most of you were dying in dire straits. So the party elected to split into two groups. Gilgamesh, Nemei, and Zex decided to stay behind with the ship, rest, and go out on a search party to look for other survivors of the army ground assault. Meanwhile, Rem and Suna took charge of taking the injured arbiters and soldiers back to Greywall. Where we last left off exactly, Zex, Nemei, and Gilgamesh had just finished watching over the ship, Zex and Nemei taking time to rest and recover some of their wounds, as Rem is laying tracks approximately a mile or so away, and became aware that the Arbiters were trying to conjure up not magic chalk, but arcane chalk, for the purpose of resting themselves for an hour and then teleporting home. And that's where we last left off. Where we come back, Nemei, Zex, you two both kind of step off the ship that you were looking around and go over to Gil, who's refused to rest for this hour that you guys have spent around the ship.
JC, I would like to roll to tackle Gil.
Okay. That's a athletics check. Gil.
I want him to sleep.
And this is gonna help?
Athletics or acrobatics
I
from Gil?
want you to sleep!
Okay. Oh god, I'm not even ready. I don't even have dice.
Because Alpha's
Oh,
not
yeah,
ready, I'm
okay.
imposing disadvantage on the athletics to
No!
actually make it fair.
Yeah.
Because Nemei does not have athletics proficiency.
Oh, well,
You're still gonna kick her ass.
I was gonna say, right now, from the number I'm looking at, it's not gonna go
Wait, I
too well
can't
for
do
me.
acrobatics?
No, that's to get out of a grapple. Athletics is
Oh,
the only
shit.
thing you can do to grab people.
Okay, that's fine. 24.
Shh.
Okay, well, let me roll my disadvantage.
Because Gil, you're not expecting it.
Oh, yeah, no, you're fucked.
God damn it!
Disadvantage? Okay,
So do I just cling to him like a
20
tree? Is that what's
27.
happening right now?
27. No, Nemei, you go and tackle Gil, and Gil just kind of steps out of the way.
Oh, I'm
And you
so
just
sad.
Hit the ground.
I'm just going to point at Gil and say, you need to go to sleep before we go anywhere. I don't want anything bad happening. You're the one that hasn't rested yet. Go to bed.
I'm assuming it's like, what time of day is it? Midday, probably?
It is midday, yeah. It is just probably afternoon.
I'm gonna look up at the sun and look down at Nemei
Mm-hmm.
and just say, no.
To the nearest tree, grab 2, maybe 3 leaves, and make a little night-like eye mask, and just hold it out to him and say, I need you to go to bed. Take a nap. I don't care how long it takes, even if it's 5 minutes, please.
No.
Mm.
We have work to do.
How are
Then
we
I
supposed to
intend
get
to do
any
it.
work done if you aren't up to par?
I'm not dead, am I?
Close to.
Me not being dead seems par enough for me.
Do you think you can do your best when you're not healed at all?
I can do my best as long as I'm not 6 feet under.
Nemei is unsatisfied with this answer, but she will walk away.
All right.
She will remember this.
This action will have
Telltale
consequences.
quote in the corner. Nemei will remember this.
We should get some of those actually made so we can show them on stream of like such and so will remember this, and you could like throw them up in the corner.
Absolutely. But you guys are the 2 willing to rest, have taken a rest. There's nothing else here for you guys to do. So I ask you 3, what are you doing?
I'm looking at
Rested.
Zex because he's the one with the plan.
Man with a plan.
Some would say.
Why
and
don't
then just... Sorry, go ahead.
how are you guys? Which one of you guys is worse at stealthing?
Me.
You.
I'm pretty sure I have disadvantage on stealth because of my armor. Yeah, I do.
I am 2.
Oh.
Plus 2. That is all.
Okay, well. Actually, me too, coincidentally.
Hey!
But
Look
you
at
have
us go.
disadvantage. So I'm
I do
gonna
have
take.
disadvantage.
I'm gonna take off the boots of Elvenkind that I have on, and give them to Nemei because Gil can't wear them.
Oh.
I'll put on some boots.
Unless you want to take off the boots
That's-
of Haste because you've already
that's-
used them for the day.
That's just not what I like. That's not where I thought that was going. You're just like, oh, who's worse at it? Gil? Okay, I'm gonna give the boots to Nemei.
I would have given them to you, but you already have magic boots.
I do. I have very magic boots. They're
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Maybe you should have took a nap. Then you would have gotten cool.
You should be able to wear 2 pairs of boots.
We're not
We've
having
proven
this
it's
We
discussion
talked
again.
about this.
We're not
we
having
talked
this
about
discussion
this.
again.
It was.
We're
I'll
not.
put them on my
This
hands.
is- this is
Taking
an
off your boots of
open
haste will not
and shut case.
unattune you from them.
No,
It will
just-
not. You need to be. You need to either willfully unattune from them, attune to something else, which makes you need to choose to willingly unattune from something else, or
Right.
do not have physical contact with it for 24 hours.
Oh,
Throw them in
you
your bag.
gross.
Switch out the boots.
Listen, Zex is the one giving out the boots here. I ain't the one with the
willing
boots.
to give them to you, Gil, because you have the worst chances of rolling good on this.
Good roll. Good
Oh.
roll.
No,
is
we
good.
should. I don't know, Jacob. So
Oh shit.
the armor gives him disadvantage.
Yes.
The invisibility would give him advantage,
Mhm.
which would give him the straight roll. Would the boots then give him advantage?
So, rules is written in D&D, one disadvantage. It's either disadvantage or a straight roll. It does not matter how many advantages you stack on top of it. So, you can
Well-
get Gil to a straight roll unless if he takes off his armor. Which I'm sure he's not exactly...
Super wanting to do.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's fine.
So you could get him to a straight roll.
Nemei can use the boots for... I'd prefer if Gil used the boots for now, because I don't want to use the invisibility right away, because it only lasts an hour. But... if Gil won't take off his boots of haste, then...
It is
I'll put
worth
out-
noting that from where the columns of smoke are, you guys are probably like a 10-minute walk and a 5-minute run. Like, you guys were, like,
okay, so we're not
within
that far.
1,000 feet away from the main battlefield.
Okay, so we're not that far.
No.
That's okay. Let's get to the edge of this playing field and just all cast invisibility in a 4th level slot so that we can all be invisible.
All right.
I have to. I'm required to. That's how this spell works.
But we're not
Hey,
doing that right now, are we? Because it's gonna take us some time to get over there.
We just said it's 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes
Okay.
if you're walking and being stealthy. So if you roll stealth, it'll be 10 minutes off. If you don't and you just run over there, it'll take you 5 minutes to be there.
But we want to stealth over.
That seemed to be what you guys wanted to do. So-
Sorry, I was not fully here for the 10-minute part. But okay.
All good. Okay. So edge of the playing field. I guess edge of the woods area that's over here.
End of the
And then-
accidental clearing that you guys made when a skyship crashed into the ground.
Yeah, that. And then I'll cast invisibility in that 4th level slot, and then we're good to head over.
Okay. So I think it's pretty good for me to say that you guys are being stealthy. So I would like
Theoretically.
all 3 of you to roll a stealth check.
Ah, pretty dice, don't ever let me down. 19.
Thank you.
My dice, let me down.
Are
You
they
have a-
pretty?
You have a straight roll. Because you're invisible.
Oh, I thought I had to be wearing the boots for that too. Oh, okay.
Ah, natural 20
Then
All right.
I'll re-roll 1 dice then.
for
Oh,
a...
that's even better.
I got a 33.
Oh
Sick.
shit! I'm not that cool. I got a 16.
Pseudo rogue is gonna be a rogue, you know. Just how it
I
goes.
guess so.
That's just how
So-
it works.
I mean, surprisingly.
I'd say unsurprisingly, but yeah, sure.
Well, well, you could say what you want to say. That's all right.
Absolutely. But you guys begin heading over, the ground kind of cracking and crunching underneath your feet, stepping over different sections of fallen trees and wood until the columns of smoke begin to rise, ever more present, until smoke is actually hanging more in the air, this stagnating cloud that has not actually been able to dissipate yet because there's only a small breeze coming through. I would like all 3 of you to roll perception checks.
I'm
18.
better at this one.
18.
19.
Oh, 25.
25. I love it when the barbarian gets the highest perception.
Really worried about O'Brien, man.
I go bonk bonk.
I go bonk but see stuff.
Ooh, barbarian bonk bonk.
What the three of you see, as all of you see this, is as you step in, you can see another section of the woods. As it is called Scattering Woods, and so the trees aren't the most dense, but this is very clear as the several columns of smoke that you kind of go up on are about light craters, shallow 40-foot craters that have been pot-marked in this battlefield. As smoke rises, you can smell something else mixed in, and is the smell of blood that permeates the entire battlefield.
Oh, fun.
As you all step up, all of you begin to see bodies littering the ground. Drakes, kobolds, Greywall guard. As each of you step up to this massive battlefield of death, you all see one person standing alone among the masses, the bodies littering the field. You can see a splash of dark brown hair over his head as he's just kind of limping northward. A man in dirty chain armor, dragging a sword behind him, and then as you kind of watch, he clears the field, clears over one section of the field and gets over to a section of bodies, and you see his free hand begin just rooting through the pile. Gil got over 20.
I did.
Gil, as you peer closer, the splash of brown on his head is not hair. His right side of his face is completely caked in dried blood.
Oh.
As he's just absent-mindedly fumbling through bodies.
Do we know who this guy is?
He just looks like a Greywall guard.
Oh.
Are we just gonna let him fumble?
How far away are we from this supposed person?
He doesn't see you, so you guys are, what is this distance? Probably 90 feet.
I want to get 50 feet away. Like I want to. So what? Where is it? Is it this?
It is that
this
guy.
person here?
Yep.
Okay, so 90 feet. Okay, so I want to kind of. Can I like hide myself behind this tree?
Yeah, you're invisible. You're able to move over there.
If I like.
Mm-hmm.
Ping pong up there.
Okay.
Are we wanting to help this person?
We need to make sure they're not dangerous before.
Okay, can
It's kind of the
I?
whole point of what I'm doing is to
I'm
see like I know who they are.
I'm gonna head like back up over here.
I understand what you're doing. What I wanted to know is as soon as you find out, I could act as the voice of God with telepathy and tell them to go somewhere. If you
If
Or-
you cast a spell,
invisibility
her
drops.
Nemei casts a spell, her
drops.
invisibility drops.
telepathy
or-
isn't a spell,
It is
isn't
not
it?
a spell.
It doesn't...
Nemei just has an inherent ability.
Yeah.
I
it's
could
just-
if they're dangerous, I could realistically just absolutely kill them,
That's true.
which was initially my plan anyway. So
Well, if they
You know,
look
we'll
like
see
a
how it
guard, how would we
goes.
know if, like, aren't they on our side if they're a guard?
well, yeah, but if
They
they're
also
not, then I'll
might
just
not.
kill them.
Ah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are they
Yeah.
dangerous?
I don't know. Can I see more now? Now that
As you step, you are within 50 feet.
I am 30 feet.
And you're looking at his front side. You can see that the front
Oh.
of his chainmail is pockmarked with spear holes. And as you look, there's actually a bulge to the chain in front, slowly leaking blood.
Well, at this point, it'd be a mercy kill. Just do it.
Yeah, does this person look like they're dying? Like, progressively dying, like currently?
They look in terrible shape. It honestly, they look like a dead person walking.
Are they a Greywall guard? Is that something
Yes,
that I
they
can...
are. They are a Greywall guard.
Okay, so how do I deal with this?
Are we dealing with an actual zombie?
I'm assuming I can't see the same level of detail.
No,
as
you're
he
from the
can, 'cause I'm
back.
on the
So
back.
honestly, at this point, you can see that he is actually bald, and the brown is just a streak of dried blood.
And I cannot tell that he is a Greywall guard at that point.
You can, because he's a human wearing chainmail in the same format. He's wearing a uniform.
I'm gonna whisper into my ring and say,
It's a Greywall guard, but like nearly dead.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull out a healing potion from my bag of holding. I'm gonna sneak up.
and shank him with it.
Yeah, and smash the bottle over his head. No. I'll sneak up and I'll sort of set the bottle on the ground in front of him. I'm assuming as soon as it leaves my hand, it becomes visible.
It does. Because you were sneaking something right next to someone, you do need to make a sleight of hand check.
Yes. And I get advantage.
You do?
Maybe, I think.
Yes.
I
Or
have the
invisibility does
gloves
not
of
give you.
whatever.
Oh, gloves of thievery, I believe, give you plus, just like a straight plus.
I'm double checking to make sure.
Gloves of thievery.
Yep, it's just a +5.
plus 5.
So this just means that I can't roll lower than a 19.
Just don't then.
So
SMH.
fishing for ones. We'll see.
33.
No, you're fine. As the vial kind of appears in the grass, this man doesn't notice, and you watch as he stops picking at the pile of bodies in front of him and actually begins to move, limply dragging and stumbling through the pile of bodies over to the wyvern corpse.
Well, I'm picking back up the healing potion and I'm setting it on top of his head and running away.
Okay. You are interacting with the creature. This does technically break stealth.
Hold on.
So, just warning you.
Could you not?
Invisibility won't drop though.
No. You're not
Okay.
attacking
And
or
and
using
if
a spell.
I set it down really gently, he won't know what direction it came from.
Can I, to aid this effort, are there any like rocks near me?
There's
Or
general stones on the
larger-
ground, yeah.
So, I guess I can't see Zex doing this, can I?
No, you can't.
Can I drop invisibility on just myself?
I will allow you to, yeah.
Oh.
I'll just drop invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Hello?
As the person, like, beginning to grab at one of the wings turns around, and as this happens, the head, like, as it moves towards you, you can see that the blood is concealing that part of his lower jaw is gone. As he kind of turns and looks at you and kind of holds his hand out, looking like very glazed over eyes at you.
I'm gonna give him the healing potion.
Okay. You watch as you... are you putting it in the hand that he has outstretched, or in, like... are you trying to feed it to him?
Does it look like that? Like he wants me to put it in his hand?
All you can see is the man with glazed eyes, like, holding out a hand to you.
I'll take his hand and gently tilt his hand back and try and feed him the healing potion.
As the potion kind of gets pushed back, you watch as it's very sloppy as the potion's just going places, and his hand is cold and, like, almost trying to resist it, but it grabs onto the potion. At this, like, point, you, like, watch as I need you to actually would make an athletics check.
Can I do acrobatics instead?
No.
Okay. That's okay. 19.
19. That is a failure.
Well,
As this man's grip turns extremely strong and the potion, like, gets ripped away from your hands, and he just kind of looks at it.
so he took the potion.
He ripped it out of your hand as you were trying to feed it, but he's not drinking it. As you watch as he just kind of tilts away, and having something in his hand, his right dominant hand still dragging the sword behind him, he begins to walk slightly in a different direction away from you.
What direction is he walking? That way. Okay. Let's hit him with a first level healing word and see if that does anything.
Okay.
If he's undead, I gotta, like, figure something out.
You cast it, and although the spell happens and you use the spell slot, nothing seems to change about him. Normally when you cast a healing word, you watch some of their bruises come up. But his jaw does not fix, the blood does not get cleared from his head, and his stomach stays marred.
Do I have... We've seen a lot of undead. Can I make, like, an insight or perception
It would
check
be
or
a
something?
nature check.
Oh, well. Nature is intelligence, and I'm pretty dumb. 8.
8. He's acting weird.
While this is all happening,
JC, if I get close enough, can I try?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be paying you guys any mind.
Oh,
You
cool.
guys are... I should remind you, guys are still both invisible.
Are you not able to get back invisible? That's a question.
If he casts it himself, he'll have to redo the spell for you guys as well.
yeah,
Oh,
so if you become
okay.
uninvisible,
Make all three of us... I can't make all three of us invisible again.
that's
Okay, so don't cast anything. Sounds good.
No.
All right. I rolled an 18 for nature.
18. You look, and you're actually watching as he turns, and the stomach just kind of move. And as you almost kind of look through, you can see where one of these spear puncture wounds is, and you can see the beginnings, like the slight hints of intestines just moving freely between the chainmail outside of the skin.
No.
This man, that is a fatal wound. This man should not be able to walk like this. By all accounts, he should be dead.
I'm just gonna approach,
You're invisible.
You're invisible.
unsheath my sword.
Don't drop your invisibility for no reason. If you
This
want him
isn't-
attacked, just let me attack him.
We
I'm
can't
already
just mercy
visible.
kill it. If we mercy kill him, we would become visible.
if you
Yes,
attack,
yeah.
An
invisibility
attack.
drops.
I can
Is-
do it. I'm gonna keep following him.
So
I
how-
can.
Where's all the smoke that we were going towards?
So
like,
each of
are
those,
we at
each
it?
of those black pits were columns of smoke that are
So
beginning
we're
to smolder.
at-
Yes.
We're at where we wanted to go.
Yes.
And nobody's
Um,
here.
And besides this, there's no signs of quote unquote life if you
No
even
one,
consider this.
no one
a
else you
sign
can
of
see
life.
here.
Aw, man, where did everyone
So, I
go?
They're
So
all dead.
this would be you guys making investigation checks if you wanted to look for something here, but there is still this guy here.
As the certified crime scene investigator, I will roll for investigation.
Can I have my boots back? I'm gonna try and follow this guy.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take off the boots and give them
I'll
back.
put them on.
I do want to. Okay, so I guess if Zex is following him,
I'm gonna follow him and see where he goes.
I want to
Okay,
continue
sounds
more
good.
like this way, kind of up to the left and up. Just to kind of see if like I see anything notable more
Go
Okay.
to the right and down.
west and up.
All right. Before all of you split up, I am going to have one more perception check now that all of you have made it to the middle of the field.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Oh, well, I
24?
dirt. A natural 1 with a total of 7.
Okay, Gale, you're a little
23!
too busy peering somewhere else. It is funny that Zex got the highest thing. Zex, you're following as you're beginning to like grab the boots from Nemei really quick, and you just kind of look towards where they're going. There is someone else.
Oh no.
Another person, and they're near the bottom of the map, the bottom left corner, kind of standing underneath one of the trees, just kind of shuffling through 2 Greywall soldiers. They are wearing this like dark greenish black hood pulled up and are rifling through these long like these almost like wrapped up and gloved hands picking through stuff.
Is that where the undead looks to be going?
Yes, they're making a straight beeline for them.
So I'm gonna point this guy out and tell Gil, Nemei, don't. I'm gonna try and get a closer look. Can I put my hood on over my face? My hood of darkness?
Sure.
Okay, so I'll do that. And then can I like go behind this tree and make a stealth check and then try and just get closer to this guy?
Sure.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. As you watch this kind of undead make their way over to the
Under
figure.
this tree.
Yes,
Right.
to the figure. It takes them a second. And as it go, you watch as the person whose back is to you kind of turns and just holds up a hand. And it is like this very pale humanoid hand on the right side of them as the vial gets put into their hand and they just clasp around it and shake it for a second before putting it in the cloak.
Oh, what?
And then just kind of like shoos them off, and the creature just kind of stops for a second, the guard, and the like figure kind of turns and like kind of like waiting for them to leave, and then when they don't leave, stands up, and as they turn, real quick, Gil and Nemei, you guys are still moving other places?
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I'm just trying to look for notable people that we definitely know.
Okay.
Really
If that
me,
makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
me,
Gil?
Me too. I'm just kind of like looking for more, just, any more massive piles of dead bodies, people who are alive, just anything, really.
Both of you can make investigation checks.
Yes! I love rolling dice in the dice rolling game!
Investigation. Where is it?
Ah, yes, I'm incredibly average with no modifiers. 10.
All right.
I rolled a. Oh God, I hope this isn't bad. 17.
17.
Gilgamesh, you are able to walk around and find many piles of kobolds in Greywall Guard. This seems to be like kind of the epicenter of where it all was, as you can kind of infer that these blasts were not here, these craters were not here before the battle. You do not find anyone notable. Nemei, where you are heading, you kind of look between looking for faces, and all of these are people that you don't recognize. Blood-soaked Greywall guards, carved up kobolds, some people torn with large ripping wounds out of them from the tails of the wyverns or the mouths of the drakes. And then you can hear the sound. This, like, almost sound of armor shifting. Like as if something's pulling on it. Just... And you head that way.
Do I see anything where that sound is coming from?
As you head that way, you see two things.
Oh no.
At the base of a large tree, and furthest path you follow a trail of blood and butchered kobolds. And you see at the tree two figures. One of them massive, imposing compared to the kobold next to him standing up. Both figures are standing straight up, but one of them you can see a hand in a shield that has been jammed into the trunk of the tree in order to keep them standing up. In the other hand, laid empty, a couple feet below where it must have been fallen, a greatsword.
Do I see the species? Race of this individual?
Clad in plate armor. Draconic.
Is it
Fighting the
O'Brien?
kobold. You can see a kobold with one arm gone and the bottom part of his jaw broken off, tugging, pulling at O'Brien's body.
No! Wait, hold on. No, wait, hold on. Can I back up? You're telling me O'Brien is dead right now?
He is not moving. From your vantage point, it looks like he called his shield to his side and stabbed it, burying the bottom of it into the trunk of the tree to keep himself standing. Among him are fallen remains of countless kobolds. But O'Brien is not moving, and his right hand and head hang limp, swaying gently.
Oh no. Oh, I can't be uninvisible, can I?
You would have to attack, or you have to attack or cast a spell to become invisible, or uninvisible, or the hour will run out, or Zex drops concentration.
Do we still need to be invisible? I'm gonna speak in my ring real quick. Hey Zex, is there any reason we would need to stay invisible as of right now?
Is this cloak guy looking at me?
They're about to. I'm letting them get their stuff done.
Ooh,
before you do.
they're about to.
I'm making sure
Oh.
talking to this ring
Mhm.
is not going to immediately give me away.
Okay.
You hope it doesn't.
What are you doing?
I'll say into the ring, whisper, very quietly into the ring. We're still scouting out an unknown location. We should probably try and keep invisibility up as much as we can.
God damn it. Okay, can I get as close as possible to O'Brien and check for any breathing, anything, heartbeat, anything?
With your stealth, you're able to get up as the kobold is not paying attention to the surroundings, just pulling at O'Brien's waist, and that's what's making the clinking armor sound as they're just jerking them, but their arm wrapped stays in the shield. As you look closer, O'Brien is not moving.
That isn't what I wanted to hear this session. God damn it. And the kobold is still alive, is what you're telling me, right?
The kobold may be in a similar state to what you saw that soldier. Their arm is off, but there's no blood spurting out of it.
Can I, if I pick up a rock and throw it at it,
That counts as an attack.
No, can I throw it at a bush and see if it goes towards the bush?
Sure.
Cool, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Did it move?
You throw the rock at it. It just kind of head turns, the mouth gurgling as the bottom part of the jaw is unusable, and just kind of steps over to that bush and begins picking through. You can hear it pulling with one arm the branches. What are you doing?
Great. As it's checking that bush, I want to go physically touch O'Brien and check for a pulse.
You can make a medicine check.
Great. I have to make a medicine check for a pulse? That's so mean. I hope this is okay. 18.
18. You check first the wrists, then the throat. There's no pulse.
God
You
damn it, no.
slip your hand onto his forehead and try to feel, and he is cold to the touch.
Nemei is going to basically choke and back away really quickly, very fearful, and Nemei is going to run to Gilgamesh.
All right.
Physically run to Gilgamesh. Well, I guess I can't. Can I see him? Can I see him?
You cannot see him.
Oh god.
You don't know where he is.
I know that
You have a ring who can communicate with him, though.
but I can't because
wind
Zex.
says.
But Zex.
Zex doesn't matter.
Telepathy together.
Telepathy!
So, as Nemei is beginning to step away and think about Gil, we're gonna switch over to Zex.
Fuck.
That's Zex. As soon as you finish answering the ring, you finish as you see the figure stand up and kind of this hand kind of goes out and almost like in an acquisitive motion to the soldier, and the soldier's left hand just kind of limply points back towards the center, not to you, but back towards the center. And you see the robed figure nod. And then you see the hood come back as you watch both of the hands, one of them humanoid pale, and the other blue, scaled. The hood comes back, and you see a familiar, unwelcome face.
My fucking god.
Is it Lackham?
As Lackham.
You gotta be fucking kidding me!
This day couldn't get worse. Quite frankly, it couldn't.
This
Told
is
me
the
I was
worst.
crazy for saying she shot the ship down. They told me I was crazy.
And
When did
she
you say that?
looks... What was your stealth?
20.
Oh no. Oh no.
Is she dead?
As that is
she
a
dead?
32.
Is she dead?
God damn it!
Whoa!
Oh, fucking God.
This is a
JC.
problem.
Things
Hello.
realistically could not get worse.
Fucking
Oh,
kidding
Don't
me?
say that. Don't say that.
they couldn't.
I'll stand up. Swords
pleasant-
out.
What a pleasant
God.
surprise to see you here.
No, it's not.
You know what? Help.
Is it
Nemei's committing
really that
seppuku.
much of a
We're committing
surprise?
seppuku.
Can I I don't have any kind of mental communication. Shit.
Nope.
You don't have
can't.
telepathy?
Scream.
I know, I'm crazy, right? I don't want to alert Lackham that other people are here, though. Like, if they can get away, and I have to deal with this bullshit, that's fine.
You know what? If you could just talk really loudly in like some sort of code, like Lackham,
I could
it's
be
so
like,
crazy to
here's-
see
what
you
code
here.
would
Right,
you
right.
have?
Can I brush the back of my neck? Is that close enough for the ring to pick stuff up?
You can make a sleight of hand check.
Hovering around the mouth.
You can make a sleight of
roughly.
hand check to try and hide this. You have a high sleight of
it this-
hand. It's
Is
just the
it
problem
this
is she has a high
30-something
passive.
perception?
She has a
Is
high
this the
passive.
Oh my god, no.
Like,
Oh, I rolled
really
really
high.
good though, so I might be okay. So it's an
You hope so.
18 plus 13 plus 5.
Okay. As you just kind of trace along the side of your face, what do you say?
It's a 36.
Mhm.
Lackham, it is really surprising to see you here, huh?
As
Oh,
Nemei
God.
and Gil, as Nemei begins to almost instinctively pull up the ring to talk to Gil and remembering Zex, both of you hear this.
Oh fuck.
Okay, in this immediate instance, I want to find where Zex is.
All right.
Because
you
I
can-
know the general direction he went.
Yes, you can start heading that way, and you can make a perception check.
Okay.
JC, do Suna and I pick up on this?
Yeah, you both hear that.
Unnatural
I'm gonna
20.
get the exact. If you two want to Discord me, if there's anything immediate you guys are doing, but you guys are, if you broke out messing there, then you still are a little bit far away. But yeah, you do hear that.
I would have thought looting bodies was beneath you.
Oh, I was just seeing how you were handling your victory. Wonderful job, by the way. I must congratulate you. Oh, what did it cost you? Hmm? Only throwing away 500 or so lives? Would have preferred a few more, but that's all right.
God, I want her gone. I
Fuck,
want her
she
freaking
got
gone.
all the souls.
Shit. And neither of you. Oh God, I don't want to tell anybody about O'Brien. Oh man.
Not the time.
She got O'Brien's soul.
As
Shit.
you watch as she's just like in a dismissive motion to the soldier, and the soldier just turns and begins heading like northward. So Gil starts heading in your direction.
Is it heading at me?
No, it is heading like adjacent to you.
Okay, so then I want to kind of curve around this way more.
All right.
So I'm like walking not
ready to do
near
this.
it.
I don't want to do this. I would.
This
God
would be a
damn
bad
it!
situation if we were like full health, all the spell slots,
Hmm.
not just coming off of killing a dragon.
And a whole entire
is
army as
so-
well.
Much worse.
Look, all I'm saying out of character is hypothetically, what would happen if Lackham and the fucking masters were working together? Just throwing that out there.
Oh
Throwing
shit.
that out there.
Stop. That makes it worse.
I still don't trust her. Just
Why?
You didn't come here alone, did you?
fuck. No.
I I need to ask your dragonborn friend a question.
I came here alone. I am soloing this.
Please make a deception check.
I'm all alone. I'm just a little tiefling boy all alone in the woods.
Technically-
Don't mind me.
Okay, so here's the thing about this. She's asking the question, did you come alone or are you still alone? Where's the specifics? Because
there is.
Zex can only answer this
she
question
did not,
accurately
She
for one
did
of
not
them.
say a question. She said a statement. She said, "You are not here alone. Where is
So-
Gil?"
You can say, yes,
Oh.
I'm here alone, and you would technically not be lying. It'd be Schrodinger's bullshit. You don't know if they left. You have no clue.
Zex is a little bit freaking out right now, so I'm gonna say that
Um,
idea is not occurring to him. He's lying on his
yeah.
This
ass.
is you technically aren't lying though.
It's okay. It's a 32.
Wow. Homie's never lied any better.
33.
Even better.
That's a shame. I guess I'll have to ask you.
Fire away.
As far
Disintegrate
as
him.
I was aware, 3 large names were sent to this field. Unless if I'm mistaken, the lives your friend threw away. Ilkuin, the master of divination. Kevlar, the master of illusion. And O'Brien of the Fighters Guild. However, one of those names seemed to not be here. Have you
That's
happened to see one of them on your travels here?
You know, I might have, but not like I would be telling you if I did.
Hmm. Make a wisdom save.
Oh,
That's kind of
no.
what I figured. It's like detect thoughts or some shit.
Mhm.
It's actually just flipping his shit, so maybe I'll get lucky. 18.
18, as you can feel her forcefully pulling something from your mind.
Oh, she's trying to fucking mind.
She got it
Grab.
though.
It seems that she did.
Oh, she knows everything now.
Where...
What was Gil's stealth?
What was Gil's stealth?
Well, it was a 16 because I remember that I didn't have disadvantage. So I'm assuming I can see like under the tree and I can see.
Yeah,
both
you
of them
see
right
her. Cloak off. She's just
Fucking
the dragonborn
die.
side to you.
This is ass.
JC,
Yeah.
Oh God.
real quick,
What's up?
I'm gonna turn around and start heading back in their direction.
And I'm not letting you.
Are we gonna have to
Fight
wait for this
fight,
then?
fight,
Uh,
fight,
I guess.
fight.
I guess we're
I may
giving them
be
a
out of
little.
spell slots, but I'm not out of options.
I guess we're giving them a bit of an aside.
Yeah, I don't.
We're gonna give these guys a second to recover.
Oh my fuck.
Go, go, go. This
As-
is a bad situation.
Suna,
What do I do?
Rem, you guys, this is as Rem's kind of coming back, and you watch as you kind of step back, the arbiters, the 3 of them that are with you, you can see as the Asimir, he holds up a piece of white chalk before, like, kind of slumping against one of the trees. And as that kind of goes over, you are kind of stepping over to Suna. And then both of you, Zex's words ring in your ears.
They're gonna need us.
We can't do anything.
We can't just leave them there alone.
You'd rather all die together? Then
I'm willing to risk you coming back. I'm going.
I'm not letting you go.
Okay. I'm gonna start walking away.
How much HP do you have?
Oh no.
Suna looks bloodied, I believe.
He's not gonna.
Suna,
not
don't
gonna.
make me do this.
Oh shit. This is intense.
I can't let you go.
Oh no.
You'll die for sure if you go. They might be able to get away. Zek said they were making them invisible. He encountered her. She might not kill him, but I can't let you go. Even if they all die, I can't lose you on top of it. And I won't. Be reasonable about this.
Oh shit.
They'll have a better chance if I'm with them.
No, they won't. Not like this. Not in the condition we're all in. You'll just be dying too. Don't make me do. I can't do this again.
So real quick, did I lose any slots last week?
No.
What do we got going here?
I'm going to hold my spell for the moment she decides to launch anything. I will be ready, with my final words being, don't make me do this again. I won't lose you too.
Suna, what do you do?
Or am I? That doesn't help me. I'm going to move myself 90 feet away.
The moment she starts moving, if it's not towards
Burning.
me, it's happening.
Oh, away from Rem. Second level slot, vortex warp, 90 feet away.
She doesn't
Okay.
move, she teleports.
The moment she goes to cast or do anything,
Please, both
I'm
of you
launching
roll
it off.
initiative. I need to see who casts first.
Oh shit. No. Is this the one time she rolls an 18?
18, exactly.
I got a 9.
As she looks at you one last time before you hear this rushing of water, and as this vortex moves, Rem, you go to cast, and then she's out of range. Unless if...
Can
I assume you're casting Hold Person.
I don't have it. Can I see which way she went?
Yeah, you can see that she went 90 feet back north and is beginning to, I assume, run.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say to the other people, something bad is going on. Hurry up and get home. We'll meet you there. And then I'm going to give chase. And the moment she's within 60 feet, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw.
So... This is the thing, because it's speeds.
I will catch up to you before you get away from me.
As
So is this a hard initiative or like a soft initiative?
this is going to be like you guys are moving, and so Suna is moving. I assume you're dashing to just run.
I would prefer to be dashing.
So that's 60 feet for Suna.
It'll be the 50 for me, but the moment I get within 60, like I still have my turn after
You
she
still have your
teleports. Is she
turn. So
teleporting and then running?
yeah, but she can't dash.
So
Because
But like,
she
cast-
I would still have 30 feet of movement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
you'd be able to get 120 away from me. I can cut that down to 70, and then the chase begins. So you'll always be about 10 in front of me. And as I'm chasing you as we're doing this, is this soft or hard? And that's going to depend on how hard you want to make this.
This is going to be a general soft initiative right now as you guys take off, Rem on the broom, Suna just running through the woods, jumping over fallen trees and branches, skirting along pine needles and leaves. As you're kind of looking behind you, Rem, you're saying something?
I'm yelling, Suna, this is not what you want to do. This isn't the right way.
I'm just gonna keep going.
As unless if Rem does something else, Suna can keep 10 feet on Rem. As I think 70 feet is going to be the closest you can get as you're moving 50 on the broom, and Suna will move 60 with movement plus dash.
Give me a second.
JC.
Yeah?
So, hypothetically, could I whisper into the ring and basically tell, Suna and, Rem that we are coming back
What spell
as
did I
soon
use
as
to
possible?
set the master's arm? Was it his first or second?
I don't remember.
I don't remember the specifics.
I can check the master's health real quick. That would
Yeah,
be
the
somewhat,
one with the fucked up arm.
That would
I
be
set that arm with what spell?
somewhat. You'd set it with Cure Wounds.
Yeah, but was it first or a second level slot?
That's why I'm checking the health.
Hey,
Uh,
JC,
What's up?
I would like to burn a first level slot to cast Longstrider.
I still have things I can do because I'm still on my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
On my next turn,
On the next turn, you're welcome to cast that. You cast that. They have 16 health, and I do not believe it is possible for you to, or 15 health, and I do not believe that is possible for you to take them from,
They drank a potion beforehand because they were already moving.
right. So
that's a first then.
because the maximum they could have gotten with the potion was 10. So yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible that you just used the first.
Okay. She's 70 in front of me, right?
70 is the closest you'll be. You gotta give me something, Hell.
I gotta look at what I have.
Well, I'm gonna say while you're looking at what you have, I'm gonna put some pressure back on them, because
No,
you
no
guys
more
at
pressure.
best will be able to get back within like it's an hour, and so as soon as running, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. So as we're back, Nemei, Gil, Zex, Lacom's just kind of looking at you and beginning to look around.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Telepathy to Gil! Please.
Can you do it that far?
How far is
Yeah,
it?
I can do it as far as I want. It doesn't
Oh,
have
really?
a... It's just
Oh.
a skill.
I didn't know that actually. Interesting. Okay.
I don't have anything written for it, at
I
least. I
will
have everything else written.
Double check you in the sake of being nice, but
I was
I'm
gonna say I
pretty
have,
sure
I
you're
have
good.
no reason. I have no
Pretty sure
reason to
it's 30.
believe that Nemei would lie.
I'm pretty
Or
sure it's
Jez
30.
would lie
You
about
can
it.
telepath. It's 60 feet.
60? Okay, I'll write that in then. Let me.
We're
Yeah, Neiman's a
Oh,
little
shit,
farther
shit,
than
shit,
60.
about
shit. Well, I'm running
a
this way
little-
anyways because I'm trying to find Gil up in the. Because I know that he went to the left and up.
He did. It's a problem because
so-
more than half of you are invisible. 2/3 of you are invisible right now.
Am I
Greywall.
within 60 now just by running straight across the
Yeah.
map? Okay,
I
cool,
need to
cool, cool.
start stalling for time.
You're just
I'm
screaming
gonna-
in your mind.
Knock, knock, knock at Gil's head, his brain. I'm scratching it. Does he accept?
He can't deny it. Only Zex can.
Oh, shit, okay.
Are you calling me stupid?
No,
wait,
I'm
wait,
calling you.
can't
You
do
don't
that.
have a blockage in your mind, so you can only reject it after you know that it's in there.
Jacob,
What's up?
speaking of that great ring, I cannot have my thoughts read, so whatever Lackham pulled, she didn't.
Fair. Okay.
Thank God.
Hmm.
Anyways, screaming, Gilgamesh! Gilgamesh! and waiting for a response. Or I guess he can't respond, can he?
No, he can.
I mean, I guess
Okay.
I could.
Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh.
I guess telepathically respond with a what?
Like, Nemei's in complete, like, an utter, like, she's choking right now. She's choking, she's almost sobbing, she's, like, crying, and she's just not having it. And she's going to say, Gil, I need you to try and find me the best that you can. We have an issue, and it needs to be dealt with immediately.
Yeah, her name is Lackham. I'm aware.
No, it's O'Brien. He's dead.
And I can willingly, like... Did you say I can willingly, like, disconnect the...
With a wisdom contested wisdom check, you can push her out of your mind.
I'm making a wisdom check.
Okay, Nemei.
He's gonna be... Oh,
Oh god. Oh, the dice is somewhere. I know it is.
he's not gonna make me do this alone, is he? No.
This better be a good roll from you.
Am I making the roll or are you making the roll? I'm confused
Both
now.
of you are making the roll. It's contested like an
Okay,
athletics check.
Testing? Yeah.
Gil, what'd you
And
get?
it's for
It'll be-
wisdom?
Wisdom, straight
Um,
wisdom.
I got a nat 20 for a total of 21.
Jesus Christ.
Where the fuck is my wisdom?
Like the one time on nat 20 this session, it's right now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, because I got a 24.
Woo!
Oh, shit.
No crits on
Yeah.
skill checks, baby. So
Yeah.
Nemei, you stay in his
Yeah.
mind. He's trying to bar you out, but you're staying in.
Rent free. Rent free.
Right.
There's definitely rent coming from what Nemei's saying.
a whole lot of
God,
taxes.
he's gonna
if you
fucking
will.
However,
murder me, and it's
in-
not even my fault.
In Gil's mind, as he's hearing that, he, Nemei, and Zex begin hearing other sounds. Shuffling,
Right.
armor.
Oh god.
As Zex,
Just
Gil, and Nemei
around?
all look
Gil.
around, there are undead soldiers and kobolds beginning to converge on the position.
Gil, we
As
need to
Lackham's just
grab.
beginning to
I assume
smile.
On my position, yeah.
We need to grab
Mm-hmm.
O'Brien and go. We need to go back now.
You intend to kill me?
Oh no. That wouldn't be fun. I intend to enjoy myself.
Well,
Pause.
you know, your enjoyment isn't really my priority.
Oh. I apologize. Make a wisdom save.
That was
God.
cool as fuck.
Oh no.
Is it more mind reading?
It is
Can
not
I
more
just say
mind reading.
No?
It is not more mind reading.
What if you, didn't?
A wisdom check or a wisdom
Saving throw. This is malicious.
18.
That is the
or
one
no,
sentence
19.
19
no woman wants to hear.
is a failure.
Well,
As
You
your
know.
body locks up and you are
old
paralyzed.
person. I fucking love that spell, man.
And she smiles and steps. And Gil, as you're watching this, Zex freezes. As you can see him struggle. I simply wanted to be courteous and congratulate you. Abra's duel is quite the prize. However, you're not stupid enough to think that a dragon named the World Eater would just lunge at you like a rabid dog, would you? You wouldn't think a dragon would be that easy. Unless, of course, they were coerced. Possibly.
Yo.
Shit. She's monologuing. Can I make
Roll
another
another
wisdom
wisdom
saving
save.
throw? 20.
20
Is
is a
she-
failure.
Is she just sitting there? Like, is she not moving?
She's not moving.
I think I'm
I want to creep
stuck
around here.
No, leave. Go. Get out of here.
You don't know this.
Am I still connected to Gilgamesh?
Yeah, you're still
My
connected.
passive is a 22. I'm pretty sure I can see
I
through
thought Gil's
his
stealth was like a...
16.
Oh, he was a 16. Gotcha.
Wait, I'm now more than 60 feet away from Nemei.
And that
Yeah,
breaks
well,
the
she's
link.
still running around,
That
so
breaks the-
good
Nemei
fucking
is
luck.
still running around now.
I'm still
Mm.
trying to find you. I'm waiting until I run into something invisible. That is what's happening.
You're not
right
running
now.
into something invisible, but zombified kobolds and Greywall Guard are beginning to come out from the sides of the map, just to let you know.
They can't see me. They can't see me.
No, they
though.
cannot see you.
But I'm going to be screaming at Gilgamesh and asking him why he's not answering. Nemei is just screaming, "Why aren't you answering? I need you to come and help me. Please, we need to leave now."
Mhm. I
don't think it's physically possible for me to break this whole person.
I bet there is.
want
Believe hard enough.
you to know that I'm feeling quite charitable today. You all have done quite a lot of the legwork. However, I do not want you here right now. And so, you're going to go home. You're going to be heroes.
What?
You're going to leave.
I'm rolling the wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Or is it charisma? I assume this is
Right now, she's just telling you to fuck off.
she just
You can
Oh.
reroll the
Fuck off?
wisdom save.
Okay.
Can we leave now? Can we?
And
I don't really
both
wanna
of
deal
you
with
are
Blackham.
close enough to hear her now.
It's not making it. I got a 16.
Okay. If you believe anything besides the fact that you are hopeless here, I must commend you for your bravery and stupidity. What was your... I got a... Yours was 16, Gil?
It was a 16. While she's monologuing, I want to be making my way up.
Hold on.
Don't fucking do this.
And-
Passive.
As she does that, she
Oh.
holds her hand up, higher passive than your stealth, Gil, and goes, "Did you hear my question for you, champion?"
The immediate second she acknowledges my presence,
Mm-hmm.
I want to unsheath my sword and run up and take a swing.
You are welcome to, as I will have all of you roll initiative.
No, wait, JC. I don't want to fight. I want to grab O'Brien and go
You
home.
are welcome to do that. You'll just be doing that in initiative.
Can I roll 2 or do?
Uh,
No, I got a pretty good initiative.
you guys are...
I rolled an
Zek being
11.
paralyzed.
I hate
Should
to,
I keep my-
I really hate to tell you,
I got a
Suna,
good
but you
initiative, guys.
are the equivalent of 30 rounds away.
Oh my!
So can I keep my 18 and just?
Yeah, you can keep your 18. If this goes for 30 rounds, you are more than welcome.
Can I? So, real quick, did Ram figure out what the fuck he wants to do, or
Oh yeah, let's figure that out.
no?
I have to hit you with the second level guiding bolt.
Oh.
What's the range on that?
120 feet.
feet.
Okay.
Make an attack roll, Rem.
Yeah.
$25.
That hits.
Yeah, it's a hit.
This is 5d6s.
Well, you're rolling damage 25 and up.
14. 24.
Okay.
Suna, does that down you?
Yes.
Oh shit.
As you throw out this radiant light, Rem, you watch it cascade. As Suna begins casting their next spell, hits them square in the back, and you watch the black hair fly outward as she hits the ground.
Oh, how many death saves are you making me? Are you making me roll?
None.
Rem can do a 30-foot thing, so 1 death save.
Last time I had to do death saves, things didn't go too well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least from Rem.
As long as Rem doesn't monologue,
Ooh.
I don't think we were getting a repeat.
How about that?
How about that?
Alrighty.
Alright, I'll send it to you, JC.
I appreciate that.
I rolled a 0? Question mark?
A 0 initiative? Okay.
No, like Suna.
Rem, let's finish
Oh,
your
God.
guys' separate initiative.
You gonna make me roll again?
I'm
No, it should be within range after the next 50.
So you
no.
move 50 as they go down 70, 75-ish away. So you move 50, 20 to 25-ish away. Are you doing anything, Rem?
I can hit him with that bonus action, Spare the Dying.
All right. And I will roll for when Suna will wake up. Okay.
And I'm going to have to say into my ring, Suna was making her way towards you. I had to knock her out. What's going on?
And we'll get to that really quick. I guess Jazz wants me to put on glasses for when we're doing this. 25
Put
to
on
20
your
initiative.
glasses.
20 to 15.
I got a 23. Sorry.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I gotta... Hold on. I had
on,
my number,
guys.
and
Jazz,
I
what'd you get?
definitely...
I got an 11.
Oh my good lord. 22.
Okay, so Zex, Gil, Nemei.
I had
as
it somewhere, I'm
initiative
sorry.
starts, Zex, you can make a wisdom save
Oh boy.
at top of
Don't
initiative.
fuck me, dice. We're rolling a new one. Maybe it'll be kind.
No.
I got a nat 20.
Ooh.
Nat
yeah.
But I
20.
still am doubting it's gonna break it.
Nat 20, I do auto successes on saving throws. So you break
Oh.
out.
Yay.
As you pull away, we go to Gil. Gil, what are you doing? You're swinging. What you got? You're still muted, by the way, but it is your turn, Gil.
I mean, you already know what's going on.
Are you raging
We-
first?
Can I? Like,
It is your turn. You're in initiative. You have an action, a bonus action, and your movement.
oh, is this game called like D&D or
Is
something?
this a game?
Is this a game?
You think this is a game?
Yeah, okay. I'll rage
What do you
first.
think this is? Is this a game?
As I'm in this swooping motion to chop Lackham up, I'm gonna just yell really, really loudly.
All right.
And then do what I know how to
You
do
are
best.
invisible, so you get unseen attacker.
Oh?
So your first one would be an advantage.
What? Poggers.
She cannot see you. She just knows that you're there.
Well, does a 31 happen to hit?
31 does happen to hit.
I think that's like one of the best rolls I've ever gotten for attacks.
I think Gil is swinging heavy today.
I think he is too, for various reasons.
You've been told a lot.
Dice. Ah. Uh-oh. Oh? Maybe that was lies. 27.
27 points of damage.
7 of that being fire. I don't know. Does that matter for this fight?
It does not.
Okay, then I'll just tell you damage.
So as you carve across this large gout of just section of cloak in black, and then crackling lightning comes out of her as she and spins around. There you are. I have a question. And Gil?
Sorry. What?
It's still your turn. You've taken one attack.
Oh, okay. I thought she might have been like reacting or something. Okay, well, I can attack.
Nope.
You know, this one misses by a landslide. That's a 14.
You do watch as her hands come up, and like this bit of arcane energy comes off, and your hand and your sword just glances up as she sees you now and is very much there. And that is
I am very much
Gil's
there.
turn. Nemei, what are you doing?
Oh man, I'm just running back to O'Brien. I'm running. I don't have the patience for Lackham.
Okay.
Um,
As soon as you are at the bottom right corner of the field, you will be where O'Brien is. So
okay, bottom right corner, like
Yes.
all the way over here.
you've got a ways to go, but nothing a couple of rounds of combat can't do.
All right, let's see here. How do I want to do this? So first, I need to go my 30 feet, which is right there in that bush. Whop. And then I'm going to use my bonus action of rabbit hop for an extra 20. 5, 10, 15. And we're going to try and not touch any of the bodies that are around here.
Oh, that reminds me, for this battlefield, bodies do count as difficult terrain if you're walking over them. Forgot to mention
Hop
that.
over it.
You
so
did hop over it.
it.
But just warning you, every body counts as 10 feet, not 5.
Okay. And then if I were to
You can action dash as well.
action dash, how much would that give me?
It gives you another movement, so another 30. But you're running across bodies, just to warn you.
Okay. If I go like 5, 15, 25, go right here, right here, I think it is. Yeah, right there. Can you hold that for me?
Sure. If it would
Thank
work.
you. Yep.
All right. As that is Nemei's turn. As you're just running, like still invisible, like glancing off a sheet of trees, avoiding bodies, just stepping through with this carnage. As you can hear Gil just screaming over your shoulder. And now it is Lackham's turn.
JC, just a question before going forward.
Uh-huh.
If I were to action surge, would
You'd
I
be
be
able to run another 30 feet.
I'm not going to do that yet, but go ahead.
Okay. As Lackham is going to just kind of glance at Gil. You try my patience. Where is the friend you sacrificed to this battle? And is going to... Yeah.
Do it. Disintegrate me. See what happens. Do it. You won't.
She is actually
You don't
cast...
have the
I need you to make a
balls.
wisdom save, Gil.
That's
Counter
not a
spell.
good thing.
The spell gets used.
Yeah.
All right. And it's not
Do I
a...
need to roll it?
You do not need to roll for this one. It was a different spell. As she almost goes to like grab Gil's head and then looks at it, looks back at you. and then is going to you watch as she looks over at you, smiles, and then misty steps.
What a fucking bitch.
And now
Okay.
it is her undead's turn.
Oh, right.
As these two, these three, 4 go up to you. The man has to dash, but the kobolds do not. And it's gonna move. That's a dash to you. And let's see. You watch as behind her more come. As she just smiles as bodies around her begin shifting and moving and getting up. There is going to be 3 attacks on you, Gil.
All at disadvantage.
All right. 24 is the first. Only 15 is the second. So that disadvantage is 15.
Oh, misses.
16.
Misses.
Final one is a natural 1.
I can't do that much damage. I'll swing at the 1.
All right. As one of the kobolds tries to slam this weapon into your side, and you just stab into them.
I don't know if I do, man. I rolled a 14.
14 hits.
Oh. I mean, oh, maybe I can't miss then. Whoa. 34 damage?
With 34 damage, you sink into its shoulder and it splits off a large section, and the kobold is still just grabbing for you. It is not dead.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. Back to top of initiative. Zex.
Zex is pulling out the wand of fireballs.
Okay.
I'm gonna expend 2 charges to put one centered on Lackham.
Alrighty. Lackham rolled a 20 dex save.
Half damage.
That's cocked. 2 for one of the zombies. 16, 18, and 19. So one of them fails.
Well, that sucks nuts.
And Gil, you're on deck.
I'm glad.
$10, $20, $30, $40 points of fire damage, half down to 20.
Ooh.
Alrighty. 20 points of fire damage.
Except for the one who failed.
$40 half down to 20. Not bad at all, though.
Oh, that's really good damage. All 4 of these guys get caught in it.
Yep. And that's why I'm checking something. As one of them is destroyed, turned to ash, the one that failed.
Right.
And the other 3 are charred and smoking, but still alive. Kind of moving through as this bead of fire just erupts and consumes all of them, but 4 out of 5 are still standing. Zex, is that your turn?
Bonus action. Gil, have a inspiration. And then that'll be my I'm betting these things can't hit me. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
All right, so opportunity attack.
Yep.
That is a 13 to hit.
No.
As he just swings the sword at you, and it just goes completely askew of your head. That's your turn, Zex?
Yeah.
Gil.
Okay. So, which one did I opportunity attack out of these
The
4
bottom one.
fine people? This one?
Mm-hmm.
So, if I did the cha-cha slide, and I slid myself like this, and I breath weaponed right down the middle, would that also hit these 2?
I do believe you need to take a step back to breath weapon to catch those guys.
That's unfortunate. And what if I step back, I take 3?
3 opportunity attacks. At disadvantage, but...
Still. I guess I'll just swing at the one that I,
Reactioned?
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
That sounds great. Roll the hit.
Oh, I rolled another 14.
14 still hits.
Which is interesting, but I ain't gonna question it. Oh. 26.
26 points of damage as you just wreath this greatsword across, and the head just flies off of the kobold's shoulders. And for a second, the hands are just kind of grasping still at you, just coagulated blood pooling up at the stump before the body falls over. 1 down.
Nice. So now, if I go like this, nah, cone.
It is 15 feet.
It is. I guess it would be more of this kind of vibe, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Do believe the cone needs to be 15 feet outwards, so like that. So I think you're still okay. Yeah, you're still fine.
Yeah. So
Yep, so that's 3 cons.
I'm gonna breathe all over these homies.
9, 17, and 7.
17 passes, 9 and 7 do not. I'm running out of these too. Oh. 7 damage.
7 points of damage as you spray out this acid, and it coats all 3 of them. And
Acid?
Fuck, why did I say it was acid? Cold. And it
Yeah,
coats
what?
and covers. You can see armor kind of chipping, and the coagulated blood begin to kind of freeze into small bits of ice shards. All 3 of them look unfazed at you.
Okay.
Alrighty, that's your turn, Gil?
I think. Ooh. I could No, I save that. I save that for later. That's all.
All right.
That's yeah.
Nemei, your turn.
Wonderful. Okay, let's see here. 30 feet. 15 there. Then 15 there. 5, 10, 15. Thank you. And then oh my god, is there a no! JC, don't make me do this!
I told you that there was a zombie kobold there.
I dashing 30, and then I'm going to rabbit hop the 20. Do I have to go around the tree? Can I go through the tree?
You're just avoiding the trunk.
Okay. Okay, and then action surge to get there, and I'm pulling out my swords as I'm coming up on this frickin' kobold, and I'm slicing its head off.
Have you used your action to dash?
Is that an action?
So, it's an action to attack something.
If I action surge, I get my movement back, right?
No, you just get an action.
Okay, great. Then I'm pulling out my gun, and I'm going to shoot this kobold.
With an action surge instead of moving there. Okay.
Yeah.
So the
I
first
keep
shot...
forgetting you have a gun.
First shot is at advantage, because you're unseen, and it breaks the invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
But you have 3 shots. First one at advantage.
Oh, wait, that is not the right dice. Why am I rolling... Stop. Okay. Ooh, natural 20!
Natural 20 definitely hits.
Okay. 15?
15 hits.
Cool. And then... It looks like a... I don't think this is gonna hit. 13?
13 hits.
Cool! Okay. Where's my D8? Or is it a D10? It's a D10, right?
It's a D10. You just don't add your dex to the damage.
Do I add I don't add proficiency
No,
to that either.
you do not.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just the dice.
6.
You get to roll it twice for the crit, though, so...
Ooh. Roll it. So I roll it twice and then add those numbers?
Yep. So the 6, roll the dice again and add that to the 6.
I rolled a 9, so 15. 5.
Okay.
And 8.
8. As the shots ring out, you watch as the jaw that has been broken and kind of swinging gets shot off, the head twisting for a second, and the 2 other shots hit dead in the chest as it kind of gets wrenched back, and then the eyes lock, glazed over onto you.
Oh. I don't think there's anything else I could do.
Nope.
Continue on.
As the shots ring out and we go back, it is Lackham's turn as she turns and looks just like, and now everyone is accounted for.
She didn't know I was here. She doesn't even know who I am.
As Lackham is going to think for a second, and then you watch as this kind of black shimmering ichor folds out of the 2 of her hands and begins to warble, coating herself, actually.
I swear to God, if she doesn't leave me the fuck alone, I'm gonna be so mad.
As Lackham begins moving and just goes, "You can't win. Don't kid yourself." And that, as she just kind of begins walking away from this, uninterested, that is her turn. And now it's the undead's turn. Gil,
Yep.
starting on you, disadvantage for the first one, 24 to hit.
Disadvantage, yeah.
That is All right. What's that? 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Next one is 18 to hit.
And these are straight rolls now.
Yes.
18 hits.
Okay, that is 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Next one is a 17.
That hits.
What about the cloak?
The cloak was
It got-
disadvantage until it gets hit. First one on
until-
disadvantage hit.
Yeah, this is exactly what it is.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
I ain't dead yet.
Okay. As next are probably gonna let's see if this guy can fill in. No, he's a little talked off, but this guy's can get to Zex.
Good with that.
That's getting to Zex. That's getting to Zex. We've got one dashing up. And to Gil. Oops. What is happening? I rolled 20's glitching. Dashing over to Gil. So, Zex, you've got 3 attacking you.
Okay.
22,
Oh,
24,
man, just barely. Oh man.
and 22.
You're just scraping the edge.
12 points of bludgeoning.
Total?
No, for the first one. I was rolling really low for Gil.
Total, right?
Nope. 12. Next one is 10.
So a 12, a 10.
And then a 8.
Wow. Not quite a 5. Fuck these guys, man.
As they begin just stabbing, carving, chipping away at you.
Like I'm just like is fucking leaving?
She's leaving. She does not care.
What a fucking bitch.
As all this kind of comes out, and as you guys are just kind of rushing off, there are, you guys kind of look, and to the north, there are more like charred corpses coming your way, but they're not even relatively close.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the undead's turn. So back up to the top, Zex.
Did no one ever get the
well,
chance to respond to me?
What did you say?
No,
I
none
said
of us
into the ring a
responded.
while ago. I had to knock Suna out to stop her. What's going on?
Oh, I was going to respond, but then
Things are happening.
JC made us roll initiative,
Then initiative
and he's
got
making
rolled.
me
Still
fight.
in the initiative, so
Yeah,
I'm
you guys
still
can
going
you guys can still speak in the initiative.
until
Okay.
people hear me.
So
No,
Zex,
I was
it
just
is your turn.
Man, these guys fucking suck, you know? We're gonna make 3 attacks with the voice.
3 attacks with the voice.
First attack is gonna be a 16,
16 hits.
and I will do a defensive flourish on this one.
Okay.
And let's just say it's on the Greywall guard here.
Okay.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
What you got?
28. points of damage.
28 points of damage as you slash and the chainmail spews open, and you can see the entire front side as the chainmail hangs limp, just open and eviscerated with tangled chest, with the tangled chest and intestines kind of coming out of the armor, but they are not stopping.
Okay, next one on the same guy. It's gonna be a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
$15 points of damage.
15 points of damage as you slice through the entirety of the upper collarbone region, and you actually watch as the right arm and the head kind of split off, and the eyes, the entire body goes slack for a second and then keeps moving.
Really?
Yeah, by all intents that should have killed it, but it did not.
Fine. Another one.
Alrighty.
Same guy, I guess.
Okay.
23.
23 hits.
$15 points of damage.
And with this one, you carve into the same spot again, and the arm actually flies offward, and the head, the skin holding it on, rips, and it falls into 3 separate pieces. Now dead.
Fuck these things. Okay. What we got? We got 2 kobolds on me. My AC is a 25. And I'm pretty sure I can take the opportunity attacks because of that. So Nemei's got it covered down there. We're gonna run up over here. So 2 opportunity attacks on me, please.
2 opportunity attacks are coming up with a 16 and a 21.
Neither of those hit.
As you kind of parry one of the lazy swords being thrown at you, and make your way upward. That's your turn?
That is my turn.
Gil. What you got?
I guess I'm gonna just let's swing at this, homie.
Okay.
30.
30 definitely hits. Yeah, because you got 5 undead on you.
This is true. I'm tried to figure out a good thing to do, but I couldn't really figure it out. 24.
24 hits?
No, 24 damage.
Oh, 24 damage.
Yeah.
You carve into its kind of chest as you kind of almost completely bisect it, but it is still alive, just with chunks of rib that it is caught on, holding it in one piece.
Well, then let me hit it again?
Alrighty.
Question mark?
Yeah. You have another attack?
Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, well that dice went into the nowhere land, so... Whoa, nat 20.
Nat 20 definitely hits.
Is this thing... close enough to being dead that I even have to roll damage?
Absolutely. You need to roll damage.
Okay. Oh, goodness. I need to stop rolling dice like this, because this is...
He just keeps dropping it straight off the table.
No, they keep going under my second monitor. And it's
That sounds
terrible.
like a you problem.
It is! Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Math is really hard. And then I have more dice. Oh gosh.
Come on, you got this.
So.
You can hear angry people.
And then
So much anger.
I think I have only one brutal critical. Let me.
You only have
double
one
check.
brutal critical.
I only have one brutal critical. Okay, that's what I thought. Then that's only 30 damage. That kind of sucks. Not gonna lie.
That almost matters, but no, you're just able to completely bisect it. And it keeps moving for half a second. You just drive your foot down into its head, crushing it into a fine paste. And it stops moving.
Wow. And then this is a new thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna action surge.
Alrighty.
And with that, I guess I'll just swing at this one.
Alrighty.
With another 14 to
14
hit.
still hits. These guys do not have AC, if you can't tell.
Oh, so I don't even need to be rolling to hit? Is
We're
that what I'm
rolling
hearing?
for ones almost with you guys.
I mean, fair enough, because I've rolled about 4 2s. My roll to hit is my modifier is really high.
Mm-hmm. What you got?
26 damage.
26 points of damage as a long over-the-head cleave comes down, splits open the front of the face, the tip just kind of grazing and splitting open the skin and kind of peeling back and clanging against the jaw, teeth breaking and grinding as it keeps moving.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. And I think that is like really everything I can do.
Action Surge means you get an action back, so you still have multi-attack, so you can attack another time.
Is that how that works?
Yes, it's not haste. It's different.
I was thinking about that, but
is
I
able to action surge and shoot 6 times in one round.
that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yep.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
It's gonna be the same one if that wasn't like.
No, that's fine. Aiming for that homie.
Yeah. 25.
25. As with this time, you just move a half step in and cleave again. The head pops open and you catch on the clavicle before pulling back. And it dies.
Yes.
All right. It's your turn.
That is my turn.
As we go over to Nemei.
I did all of my rolls already.
What are you doing? You have to tell me what you're
Oh,
doing.
Oh, I sent a whole message. I thought I was gonna be gone longer. But I'm gonna step up to the gold bulb and uses my swordsies.
All right, so the pistol gets sheathed and the swords come out.
Yep, and I rolled the nat 20. I rolled a 16 for a total of 24 to hit, 16 to hit, and then 21 to hit.
All right. Okay.
Those are hit.
Those are the ones
No
to
damage.
hit? Okay.
Yes.
Just I'm good with it for right now. Just next time we'll try to wait until you're on the turn.
Okay. No, I thought I was gonna be gone for like way longer, which is why I rolled prematurely. Is that okay? I will do that on my turn next time. Anyways,
It's okay. You were under some stuff.
Did you want me to re-roll my damage then? I could definitely do that.
Sure, just in the spirit of
Okay.
fairness.
12?
12 points of damage for the first one. Absolutely.
One more. Sorry, go ahead.
so it does actually need to roll something. Okay.
Oh,
As
okay.
you slice slice into the head, and it catches on the spine of the kobold still alive. So your next one.
Was another 8, so 12.
Okay, another roll. And once again, you just try to push in the blade, and it's gurgling, this coagulated blood spilling out of the neck, but it's still alive.
Okay. 8.
8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And with that final one, you bring out the other sword and stab it into the side of the head, and the eyes roll back, and the kobold crumbles.
Okay. It's not like there's much I can do right now. It's not like I can move with O'Brien. I doubt I can even carry him myself.
He's a bit of a heavy boy.
Would I have to roll anything for that?
Yeah, you'd have to be rolling athletics.
Oh, God.
You're
Would
strong,
I have
don't
to-
get me wrong.
I know, but I don't think I can carry him.
You will certainly be able to try.
Yeah, let's go ahead and try.
So you've gotten you've used your, I don't know, you can use your free action to pick up something. So
I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna pick him up.
Yeah, you can
or
make an
try to
athletics
right
check.
now. Okay, athletics. Oh God, 17.
17. No, as you heft, basically, this is not, and you realize you could pick him up and move him, but as you yank against it, his arm is attached to the shield. He's attached to the tree. And that's your turn right now.
Okay.
Next. Lackham. Just kind of looks at Zek's kind of coming in the way. Why are you bothering with me? You should be helping your friend, should you not? As she walks over to the kind of wyvern. Otherwise, something bad could happen. And Gil, make an intelligence saving throw.
We all know that I'm not a smart young man.
This is gonna be.
But you
psychic
also roll a
lance.
disproportionate amount of nat 20s.
This is also incredibly true. You know, it's not enough to get past the DC, but a 17 is a 17.
It is not enough, as Gil,
Didn't think
Zex,
so.
you watch as a pinkish purple lance appears straight up through his head. Gil, you are taking at least, at the very least, 7 points of damage.
Oh,
If
well, good
she
thing I'm at
rolled
2.
all ones of psychic, and Gil goes down.
Wait,
Oh,
wait.
no.
I still have an ability.
Ah, you have your reaction. I'll roll the 76.
And I have one more thing after that, even if I go down.
6. Right. 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12.
Oh, you've already
14.
beat out what I rolled.
15. 16. She did not roll
Yep.
well.
No, I mean I'm at 2 and I rolled I think a 9 total, so
She rolled real low for
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Okay.
16 is garbage damage for that spell.
so
Mm-hmm.
now I'm gonna make my save. It is now up to a DC 15.
I do have to ask, can you make this while you're incapacitated?
It's that's the whole point. It's
No. The spell incapacitates you.
Oh, let me find
if
you the
you're-
exact
if,
wording
if
on
you
it.
drop to 0 while you're raging and don't die outright, you are not dying outright.
Yeah. While you're raging and don't die outright.
So,
You can do it.
you can make your save.
And it's up to 15 now.
You can do it.
Oh god, I hate everything about this right now. I failed. so miserably.
As Gil gets straight through the top and crumbles to the ground.
Really bad.
Lackham looks back and smiles. You should really do something. They are hungry. As Gil is currently down. It is now the undead's turns.
Don't do it. We didn't set the precedent.
I could be so mean.
Don't.
I
We've
could
been
be
specifically avoiding
Listen.
it because
the
you told
only
us if
thing
we
the only
did
thing
it.
I could do technically on my own home rules is hit Gil with AoEs, and they do not have AoEs. So
Technically,
the only time you guys have hit people while they're down has been with AoEs.
I don't want to advocate for it because I'm not going to, but
Shut
I
up!
will not.
Stop talking! Stop talking! I'm saying this is a minion alpha. Do not say a goddamn word that. Don't even think. Turn off your brain. It's easy for you. Stop.
Who said that it
Please.
was
Please.
Alpha,
what?
it is up to you.
Why is it up to me? You're the
It's
DM.
your- I'll roll a dice, and if it is
Listen, okay.
if it is
here's
below
my-
an 11, I'll do the
here-
blink dice.
Here's my genuine, honest opinion, not as Gilgamesh, but as Alpha. I do not care how the campaign is run. I'm here to play it. You are the one making it and putting the time into it. You play it how you feel fit.
Alpha, you're ruining this.
I care.
I'm sorry, but that is my genuine, honest opinion because
He
that
is
has been my
not
opinion.
playing the game alone.
That has been my opinion throughout the entire campaign about literally anything.
Oh my god. You know what? Fine. Let him have it. Specifically for him. Give it to him. Give him what he wants.
Gilgamesh.
Give him what he
Specifically for
wants.
me.
Gilgamesh.
Give him what he wants.
What?
That is a natural 20. You take 2 failed death saves.
Holy.
No.
Holy.
See why I said to shut the hell up? Have fun.
Does a 15 hit?
No.
Does a 14 hit?
No.
That is the 3 on you.
Wait, it's 3 on him?
He killed the
there were, like-
fourth and
I
fifth
was gonna
one.
say I killed the fourth. Yeah, I killed a couple
There
of
are
them.
3
Oh.
singular attacks on him.
This guy is fucking me up because there's still an X underneath him.
Yep. There are 3 on him. I've rolled 3 attacks at advantage. And I rolled low.
Don't they go to normal because the Cloak of Displacement is on?
I
them?
believe the Cloak of Displacement does not activate when you are fucking dying.
It might. He's still alive.
You know, I will
That's pretty
re-roll
good.
the
The nat
20.
20.
So Cloak of Displacement. Well, you are incapacitated, which is when you're down. So even if he wasn't down, the cloak is still incapacitated because he took damage anyway. I was just checking to be nice. Good stuff, everyone. Gil, you are brave son of a bitch.
I don't like being
The line
brave
between
anymore.
bravery and stupidity is a very thin one in this cross.
Yeah, I know. I definitely have.
As the 3 are approaching Zex, dashing.
Hey, but now we can do it too.
You guys were
No,
always the
only
one that
you.
were able to.
No, it's only you now.
No, because if we did it, then you would do it. But now you've done it, so we can do it.
He did it because
Yeah.
you asked him to.
No,
You
no, no, no,
consented. You
no.
consented.
I
You
did not ask him to.
consented.
I said for him to make the decision
Those 2
because it was his
dash.
campaign.
And
I'll see you in the after-game discussion about this.
Please do.
And I will say, Nemei, you are hearing more coming to your, coming from your right, like northward of you, as more are coming from that direction. But that is the undead's turn. Zex, you see Gil get wound on, and a large chunk of his shoulder is torn off as one of them bites down onto him.
Lackham is just a fucking bitch. And I hate her. Just wanted to put that out there.
You're allowed to say that to her.
This is so annoying. Gil, why'd you have to go down, huh? Why did you make this choice?
Gil just makes gurgling noises as he's dying. That's your response.
Voice these two. First one is going to be a 28 to hit. I am going to use defensive flourish.
That does hit.
Max on the flourish. That was nice.
What damage you roll?
Let me pull out ye old calculator real quick.
Ye old calculator. Gil, you're welcome to roll that death save, I guess.
No. You hold your fucking horses over there. I have a bonus action.
Gil,
Shut
roll it anyway, just so I can see what it was. Just for funsies, because we're all having fun here, aren't we?
Are we having
No!
fun? No, we're not. We're dying.
We're
28 points of damage.
As you slice into that one, on the bottom one, you just cleave its chest, and it just sprays you with gore, and it is dead.
Next one, behind me. 21.
21 hits.
16 damage.
16 points of damage as you slice across, and you watch as the shoulders kind of pop and push open as you dislocate the left arm, but it is still moving and alive.
Bonus action, healing word, Gilgamesh.
Alrighty.
You get 8 points of healing. Don't do that again.
What do you mean don't do that again?
You heard me. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
This Gil is no longer dead, or dying, I should say, but on the ground, surrounded by zombies.
Lackham, I hate you. You're the worst person.
You know,
That's
I would be
not a very stern insult.
intimidated if you could only manage to be intimidating.
If only. I'm sure I look pretty intimidating. I'm pretty sure I'm covered in blood.
You're
just
covered
cutting
in
her kobold
blood,
to pieces.
covered in blood, covered in burns, covered in slashes and scrapes. You're not looking good.
No, but you see, it's the fact that I've survived that's intimidating.
All right, is that your turn, Zex?
No, because now I have an AC of 26. And so, Gil, if you could just fucking not die, that would be really appreciated. You can do that.
Opportunity
my
attack
turn,
was a
yeah.
20.
No.
Okay. Off of you. Gil, it is now your turn. You are incapacitated by the spell.
What does that entail?
You've been psychic lanced. You can't do anything.
Does Psychic Lance not drop when they go down?
We determined as a group that it does not.
Because yours did not when Ishtar was down, I believe. So that's Gil's turn. Nemei.
Great. I'm glad I got to play.
You're welcome.
Try really hard not to die again.
I'm trying my best.
try really, really, really hard.
What
The
you
funny
got?
thing is, my rage is down too.
Yeah, Nemei, what you got?
Yeah.
Was I able to pick up O'Brien?
You realize that you could pick up and carry him, but he is death gripping the tree. And the
Oh, yeah,
shield,
right.
which is embedded into the tree. So you found out you either need to get his hand out of that shield or get the shield out of the tree.
Fuck. Okay. Well, would I be able to do both?
You just have to tell me what you're trying to do.
Okay.
So
Let
as
me
I'm
try to
gonna-
get the shield out of the tree first, just because I think that makes more sense. I guess.
All right. How are you doing this? Are you just grabbing on with your hands and pulling?
No, I am cutting the tree with my swords around the shield,
All right. you're
trying to make the
hacking-
wedge bigger.
All right, you're hacking into it. You can go and make some attacks on it then.
Okay. 27.
Hits.
Or do I have to roll to hit? Obviously. Okay. 17.
Hits.
15.
All right. With the 3 hits, you just carving open the tree, and the shield comes out, and O'Brien falls to the ground. Now
Now I'm going to pick him up, or do I have to wait for that?
no, you can use the free action to pick him up.
Okay, I'm using free action to pick him up, and is my
You
movement
do have to
speed
sheath
half?
your swords.
Okay, I can do
So
that.
you take those away, and you pick up O'Brien, this large dragonborn body, and you have half movement since you're carrying someone.
Okay, well, can I just go off of the map?
You
since
can.
From this side anyways?
You can.
Cool.
So Nemei drags O'Brien.
Just right
Are you
out
going
here.
back to the ship, or are you going south towards Greywall?
Oh god, Greywall. So
Alright.
this way.
So Nemei and O'Brien get drug off.
Oh, and while I'm doing this, am I able to speak back to Helvenia?
Yeah. Any of you have been
Great.
able to.
You've been getting a message every single round
I
that
know.
no one is responding to.
Rem. I'm waiting for a response.
I don't think I can.
What do you mean you don't think you
heard
can?
You've heard what Rem's been saying. It's just basically been on repeat.
Oh, can
like,
he
I'm
not
still
hear
in
me?
initiative, kinda, right?
Yeah, you're still in. I would allow Rem to be able to respond to you.
Okay.
What's going on? Why isn't anyone answering me?
Lackham is here.
I knew as much, but what's going on?
She conjured some undead. They've been attacking us. Gilgamesh and Zex are fighting them right now. I have a dead O'Brien, and I'm coming back to Greywall.
That's what you get.
Do I get a response?
If you want to.
Try to get back to the ship. I'm on my way.
Just went south. Okay.
All right. It's Lackham's turn, as she's not really
Does
paying
she-
attention.
Does she have the pipe on her?
She does not. You do not see the pipe.
Does she have her tome on her?
She does have a book clasped to her waist, yeah. As she's just kind of grabbing and, basically picking over the dead wyvern and people around her. It is now the undead's turns. Gil will start on you, because that's the hardest one.
Oh, good. Oh, jolly
Does a
good
14
show.
hit you?
No.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Does a 21 hit you?
Also happens to hit.
8 points,
And that immediately knocks me.
and you fail 2 death
I
saves.
still can make the save.
You're not raging.
Oh, is it? Oh shit! Is it a?
It is a rage ability.
Is it?
Well
Is it a
raging.
rage? Is it? Oh, it is. I mean, it is called relentless rage, so that would
So
make
as the
sense.
descend on him, stabbing and then biting into him, as you fail 2 death saves again. Let's see what the other boys are doing. Alrighty. We got Dash up to you.
What a fucking piece of shit.
They're trying to kill you.
Thought you told me to leave.
She is. This is her way of persuading you
That's
to
a very
leave.
aggressive way to tell me to fucking off.
Tell you to shove off.
Shove off, sends 1 million undead at me to kill me.
Only 4. And now it is Zex's turn.
Oh boy, it's my turn. We're desperately in need of some action economy. Cause fucking Gil keeps going down and I can't pick you up again. I have to hit with my swords. I have no choice, otherwise I'm gonna take fuck tons of damage. So I guess we'll start with this guy who I already hit once.
Yep. You've got 2 of them in range.
28.
28 hits.
Defensive flourish. Augers, maybe. We'll see. $26 points of damage.
26 points of damage. They are slain. The head comes clean off of the shoulders and the body crumbles to the ground.
This guy next.
Yep.
$14.
14 hits.
$17 points of damage.
As you carve across, the section of the shoulder gets chunked off, the bone breaking as well, but they are still moving.
Last one. 26.
Hits.
$13.
With 13, you kind of chomp into the other shoulder and the blade slices in, going about down to the pec before you draw out as it's still coming towards you.
As is to be expected. Ah. What are these guys' movement? What have them been coming towards at?
20-ish.
20-ish? Do it. 2 opportunity attacks, please.
$17.
No.
21.
No.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Alpha. Please send me your death save. Nemei, are you coming back to the field now that you've gotten Brian away, or are you heading towards the ship?
Oh, God. I guess I have to carry O'Brien back to the ship.
All right. Nemei, you've been effectively removed from combat.
Okay, thank goodness.
As it is the undead's turn, as there is moving in front of them. You watch as they kind of step over Gil, one foot just pressing into the bite wound, as these ones all move up to you.
Yon fuckers, could you leave me alone?
As these guys are
So that was a
dashing.
dash, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So there are 3 attacks. 20. 13.
No.
23.
Yes.
As one of them gets through, stabbing, dealing 8 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
That is your turn now, Zex.
Fuck! Let me check something real quick.
You're welcome to. What you got for me, Zex?
I'm reading.
What are you reading?
The water elemental stats. Okay, okay. Which of these guys looks the most hurt? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you, but no one.
I can hear
I was
you.
gonna say, I can hear you
Yeah.
as well.
The one,
Okay.
the one below in the corner.
This guy?
Yes.
Anyone else?
Looks injured, like looks rough.
Like, just injured at all?
Yeah, this one.
That one and that one?
Yeah, I don't believe Gil was able to hurt. Gil, the human looks a little haggard, but not that bad. What you got?
Voice, I'm going to die. This is the end. First attack on this guy down in the corner that looks the most hurt.
Okay.
Going to be a 16 to hit. I am going to use a defensive flourish.
Okay.
25 points of damage.
As you carve into it, the head splits and splatters you with more gore, falling to their knees and down with a dull thud. There's a dead one.
Okay. Next attack on this one.
Okay.
15.
15 hits.
$19 points of damage.
As you slice into it, a large gout of coagulated blood coats the sword, but they are barely hanging on.
Last attack. Nat 20.
That kills it.
Oh, thank God.
With that one, you drive the pommel up, and you watch as the head explodes in a crimson flower in the air.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking that path around to get next to Gil.
Okay, so
So
that
1,
is
2,
3 opportunity. 27,
Fuck!
22,
No.
24.
No.
9 points of bludgeoning.
Thank God. Okay.
That's your turn?
I'll just yell out, if you just let us go, we'll just leave. No bother. That's my turn.
I'd like you to make a persuasion check.
God. Please. Please.
You have advantage because of pity.
If
Yeah,
anything, it would be
please.
disadvantage because of bloodlust.
Please.
Pity that.
22. Please. Please.
Por favor.
That was a DC of 20.
Oh, thank God.
As all of this goes, Gil, you have to roll your death save.
Assuming
Okay.
he's even still alive.
And you watch as all these creatures, baring their fangs, just dropping the weapons, this bloodlust, this fury about to tear into you, and then stop.
Medicine check.
Make a medicine check.
Natural 20.
As you grab the blades just kind of dropping to the ground, grab onto Gil and feel to try and he's not bleeding anymore.
Is there a pulse?
There is not a pulse.
Revivify. I have a spell scroll on me.
Oh shit.
And that just works, right?
It does. Because you're a spellcaster. And that is the spell scroll rules for this game. As you throw this scroll over Gil, this warm light comes as a fire burns up the entirety of the parchment as the words glow with arcane runes. As Gil is returned prone with 1 HP.
Don't fucking move. She's letting us go. We're both about to die. Walk away.
As Gil, you come to consciousness. Blood-soaked, your shoulder is bursting with pain. And you look, and there's a large chunk of it wrenched out. And your head kind of rolls over onto the side, and you can see away from you, Lackham, standing up, just kind of dusting her hands off, and meets your gaze. You can watch both Dragonborn and Celestial Eye turn up in a grin. Be off now. The adults need to do some work here. Shoo.
I'm gonna sheath my sword and spit a mouthful of blood at her in strong distaste.
I still didn't ask you the question. Where was that other Dragonborn you sent to die?
Hmm.
Hmm.
It would be nice for you to know, wouldn't it?
I figured I should ask. I am feeling charitable. As you watch as the undead that still has a chunk of gill in its mouth just kind of just rumbles and walks past you guys over towards Lackham.
Aw. Hey, have it spit that chunk out of its mouth before it gets over there, why don't you?
As it gets over to her, she kind of looks at it, just holds out her hand, and the chunk of gill falls into her palm. I'll be back for the rest of this later. Just not right now. I'm busy. Then turns, almost like rolling it between the four of her fingers. And you watch as she walks northward.
Is that where the dragon lair is?
It is. As both of you hear her call after, if you two head north, you'll be torn apart. Head southward now. Stay safe, heroes. As she and the one undead head northward, and the others stand by you. You can see them slowly shuffle to form a bit of an undead wall between you and Lackham. What do you two do?
I'm just gonna start walking back towards the ship.
Okay. Zex?
There's nothing else we can do.
You two walk back to the ship. No words between you. The air palpable with tension. As all of you make your way back, you can see as you guys still get there just before Rem does. Gil, Zex, what you see is Nemei back at the ship, sitting down next to the crashed fin. Lying next to her, head in lap, the bloody form of O'Brien.
What time of day is it?
It's about 2 o'clock.
I'm going to bed now.
Nemei
Can
is
I go
just
to
going
bed now?
Did the
look up at
people
them.
back at the did the arbiters say they were gonna wait?
They said that they were resting to regain power.
Okay, but I know they have that chalk, right?
Yes, they showed
And-
you that they had. Oh shit! They showed
That
you
they're-
that
that
they had
they're-
chalk.
Ready to go, more or less.
Yes, as soon as they've recovered their power.
Okay.
Did you leave me behind?
No, you've been unconscious on the broom.
Alright, it's fine, I guess.
I took you with me. I was gonna give you a potion, but I was afraid you'd hurt me when you got back up, so.
And
You give me the
Few-
potion and risk it.
a few minutes later, you do see the unconscious form of Suna and Rem. As Rem, what you see is the form of O'Brien and Zex and Gil torn asunder. Gil has large chunks of his shoulder missing, and Zex has been repeatedly clawed at. You can see the flesh being pulled from the back of his head, and the cheeks and the arms covered in blood.
I can't fix this. I can't fix this. This is too much. I'll like gently set Suna down like over here, and then I'll start my ritual. But like I've got nothing right now. I can get some spell slots with divine means, but they won't do much for us right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll skip the 10 minutes, and then this is the first time you guys are ever seeing me do this. How do I want to describe this? I get free liberty with what I'm about to do, don't I? It'll be fun.
Do what you
It's
need
the,
to.
So I'm going to use. It's an alternate rule, one of my Channel Divinities, Cayman Tasha's, which is Harness Divine Power. So you see me, and oddly enough, I pull up my smaller holy symbol from around my neck and bite down on it. You don't know why. You don't know. There's no actual visual effect that you can see. But after I do that, I'm going to cast Gentle Repose on O'Brien, as it gave me back a 2nd level slot that I'm going to immediately use on him so we can move.
So the pieces are placed of copper on O'Brien. You just see the body almost tense and then settle.
Is there a way to test whether or not his soul is free without spell slots?
No.
I'm going to go get the others. Wait here. Someone wake her up. And then I'm going to go get... the others aren't that far away. They're not the full hour away, are they?
You guys were an hour away when you started. So yeah, they are they're a mile away. The reason you're able to get back so fast is because you're working with heavily injured people. None of you had sustained that much bodily harm, but the arbiters were limping. Jensen was using Jensen was helping Yenta, who was using him as a crutch. People were moving slowly.
I'm gonna go get the others and tell them we're gonna wait at the ship for now if we can't go home right now. And then I'll step away, but keep me in the loop. I'll come back as quick as I can. As it stands, Gil can move the fastest, but not right now. I mean, Nemei moves faster than me, technically, if she wants to go. And I can stay here and kind of hold this together.
Nemei will go.
All right. As Nemei kind of heads off, Rem's just kind of flying over, looking. Gil, Zex, what do you do?
I need to take another look at this residuum.
You pull it out, the fine powder in your satchel.
Can I identify this stuff again?
Sure.
Ritual cast it.
After
Put a little bit more effort into it, look at it pretty closely.
10 minutes, you look at it and you identify, and the property of it, it's not inherently exactly magic, but the identity of it is it registers as a substitute for any costly magical component.
Does that include spell slots?
Not spell slots. Components. Anything from chalk to diamonds to incense can be replaced with residuum. Unless if you two are doing anything else, Nemei can bring back the other people.
I'm waking Suna up with a potion from her shit, just a small one.
Alright.
Yeah. I'm coming back.
Before Nemei comes back, Suna, you are healed with 9 HP.
I'm gonna.
That was my potion?
Wasn't 9.
Okay.
So,
I just wanted to mark it.
as you eyes wake up to Rem looking down at you,
I'm waiting to get punched.
the smell of burning wood and blood fills your nostrils second.
Bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to burn all 7 of the points I have left to regain a 5th level slot.
Okay.
Where is Rem standing?
Rem
Above
is
you?
directly to the left above you.
Zax, you might want to back up a bit.
Well,
Is
what
she
do you
saying
do?
this out loud?
Mm-hmm.
I'll lean down and say to her, whatever you're thinking of doing, I advise you don't.
The tree directly south of me,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would ask for a con save from the tree, but I'm not sure it matters.
You gonna bonfire me?
Nope. Tree rolled a 3.
Kind of figured. I'm going to use my 5th level slot. To cast Shatter on the tree, and I'm going to voluntarily fail the save for wild magic.
Oh. Please roll me a D100.
What is that? 44.
Nothing. Well, something does happen as the tree splits and falls, crashing about 15 feet away from everyone. And all that happens is the feeling of it feels good as you just kind of feel this surge through you, Suna. As nothing much past that happens that you can tell.
Cool.
But for a second, you do feel good taking that out on the tree.
Don't do that again.
Don't do that again.
I'm glad you heard me. I'm gonna get up and walk
I'm
away.
glad you understand the sentiment then. It goes both ways. Don't do that again.
A couple of minutes pass, and you see Nemei coming back, everyone else in tow. As immediately after this, the enchantment arbiter just kind of sits down next to the wing. Did you have a change of plans then?
It seems that walking home has become a bit more untenable than we initially thought. So, since we can't take a more expeditious way home today, the plan so far is to sleep inside the ship until we can leave. No one is in any condition to go anywhere. And I'll gesture behind me at the others.
I see. And we be careful. Is the ship the best place to be then? Truly, do you believe that?
It's shelter.
It's also a beacon.
If anything else was going to come this way, it would have made its way by now. And from what I've heard, go on.
Everything that's still out there is going north.
North? Why north? Doesn't make any sense.
Because Lackham was here, and she's controlling a fair number of the fallen warriors from the battle, and is now heading towards a dragon slayer with them.
And some people stop and pause. You just hear the sound of Jensen kind of setting down his bent rifle. And who would Lackham be?
I'm making an insight check on the what is it? Her name's covered up. The Master of Evocation.
Absolutely.
30?
There's a definite sense of recognition in that. As you look, Abjuration, Enchantment, Evocation, and Yenta all have recognition of that name. Jensen and Gorin have none.
She just recognized it. She doesn't feel any form of shock or anything.
No. It's kind of just a You can see the eyes kind of flash of this blue dragonborn. Just acknowledgement, and the brow kind of furrows in a bit of a almost like an acknowledgement of this, but kind of keeping with the brand. It seems that the evocation has not gotten on the same ticket of the enchantment or abjuration arbiters, and does not seem to be concerned. Granted, Yenta doesn't seem concerned either, but he looks like he's gone into serious mode. Of, like, we're staying at the ship, we need to get this locked down, and he's beginning to kind of just almost casing the ship, but he stopped for this second to acknowledge this. Lacom is... Please tell me. I would love to know.
State secrets.
Classified.
Lovely. State secrets in a fucking war zone. I'm sure this Lacom will be happy to tell us that they're a state secret if they decide to make their way to us.
No,
What do you want me to tell you? What do you
Fine.
want me to tell you?
No.
It's an ancient entity older than all of us put together that we have somehow pissed off multiple times, and we're in the middle of a fucking war zone, and I can't fix any of you. So excuse me for trying to hold all this shit together as I camp us out in a fucking crypt, okay? Just take it with a grain of salt for now, please. And Rem's just lost it. It's like uncharacteristic. He's just gone. Like that attitude was the end of it. And I'd like to gauge the situation after that outburst, because it's been a long time coming. Fuck it. It's a state secret. I want to go join the fight. I'll do this. I'll do that.
Well, damn.
Damn idiots.
Fine. It stands up. At least get a vantage point then. In case your ancient fucking entity decides to be pissed off again.
She's not interested in us.
So, really quickly, could I use amending to graft boards back into place?
Of the ship?
Yeah.
It would take a while, but yeah, you could do it.
How long would it take me just like to reinforce a general area to get us mostly safe?
So the thing is, although a lot of the ship the hull has been torn out, the rocks are also replacing the hull. Generally, mending boards does not, from a quick assessment of the airship, mending boards does not seem like it would be useful in any way, really.
This thing's about as safe as an old barn, more or less.
Yes.
Keep
And
the rain out.
and the Master of Evocation kind of comes up and is like, tell me if I'm out of line, but we still will be able to regain arcane power. The first plan is not dead in the water. We don't need to stay at the ship.
You are more than welcome to continue with that plan. This is just the best that we can do.
In an
This is
hour,
just
we can
what we
be
have.
out of here.
And we will sit here for an hour. That's fine. But this is the best place to be. I'd rather be in something that we can defend in some aspect than in the middle of the woods surrounded by corpses of our comrades. So, it's a good place to rest.
She nods
It's the
slightly.
best we have.
Steps back to the others, and the other two are just sitting, legs trying to just focus and recover. And for this, there is an hour, a painful hour, that you wait for the Arbiters to recover their strength.
Can I regain hit die?
You guys are all welcome to take a short rest. Let me know what the four of you are doing during this long, quiet hour.
Nemei stepping away from the group.
Okay.
I'm going into the sky
All right.
to get that vantage point that was asked of me.
Zex is going to ritual cast Tiny Hut without anyone else in there.
Okay.
And Gil is sitting with his back to the tree, looking at this point kind of like northwest, just in the direction of the cave that Aberystwyth came from, knowing that Lackham's most likely there.
All right.
I'm gonna sit down 10-ish feet away from Gil and take a short rest.
Okay.
Nemei is also just going to be staring at Gilgamesh. Just staring.
Okay. If no one's doing anything else.
Assuming we don't get attacked in the next hour, I'd like to regain some hit die, but that's about
I'll
it.
make my perception checks if you
I would
want.
love for you to make a perception check.
I'm going to regain hit die, or not hit
16.
dice.
16. As Rem spends this time up in the sky, nothing approaches. Nothing. It's quiet. And it's deafening. Everyone is allowed to have their short rest.
Is it possible for Nemei to just start walking south without the group?
If you want to.
I'm not going to say nothing. And Nemei is just going to start walking home. She does not want to wait that hour.
See you.
Are you trying to sneak away or are you just walking?
I'm just walking. I don't care if anyone sees me.
Rem does in fact see you.
From the sky. Go back.
Nemei is going to look up at Rem, shake her head no, and keep walking forward.
Rem's going to plummet from the sky and tackle Nemei.
Nemei is going to jump out of the way.
Athletics for Rem, athletics or acrobatics for Nemei.
Acrobatics. Where is it? Do you want to go first?
Oh, just tell me what you roll.
On the dice,
What you have total.
what I have total would be a 26.
I cannot physically make that roll,
As
my athletics is a straight roll.
As this time Nemei turns the tables and ankle checks Rem on a broom, which is really difficult to do.
I won't deal with it.
But you swoop past and Nemei just steps out of the way.
I won't deal with it. Go back.
I understand.
I won't deal with it.
I don't want to be around anyone that's back there. I refuse.
You'll die out there. You'll die out there.
I'm just going back home.
It's a 2-day walk. It's a 2 to 3 day walk.
If there's a way for me to get home faster without using anything that the Master of Evocation has to offer, that would be great. but I am not going to be around anybody that is at that ship at this moment.
I am here. Nothing is going to happen. I understand your concerns, but I will not lose anyone else. I've made the choice once today, Nemei. I'll do it again. I understand your concerns. I respect your concerns. But it is not a good decision. It was a bad decision to walk away from the ship to go investigate, and look what happened. Please just listen to reason.
You do understand. And I'm going to come back with you, but I want you to understand that you taking their help is letting them win if they are the people that are destroying this in the first place.
Oh, it could have been then, or it could have been the ancient entity that probably wiped out that battlefield over there. That could have shot us out the sky. That could have planted anything. That could have did anything.
And
It's
how would she
easier to
have done
look.
that?
How would anyone
How would
else
she have
done it?
known?
She has scrying magic. We don't know what she can do. But I'm telling you that looking at the people around you is a lot less helpful than looking outwards at this exact moment. Now, we can go through this entire thing when we get back home. But I'm letting you know that if you walk away right now and put yourself in danger, that you will be doing it alone, entirely alone. And I will do everything in my power to make sure you do it alone. Do you understand me?
I understand you.
Sit down, let's get home, let's rest, and we'll deal with this. We've played hero for today. Let's take a break.
Fine. She's going to sit down and wait.
Okay.
Right where you are is fine. Near the ship is fine. You don't even gotta be in it. Right here is fine. Good enough. I love compromise.
All right.
For shits and gigs, if the audience cares, I'm going to. I rolled 4 sorcerer die and 2 fighter die to regain 49 hit points.
All right. Is anyone else taking advantage of the short rest?
I'm gonna take the short rest so I can get back on my inspiration, but I'm not rolling any hit die.
All right. No one else then. And yes, I know Rem can't, but
Wasn't gonna say it, but yeah.
the rest of you finish this, and for this, in this moment, you all can hear the shuffling sound break the silence of the Asimir, Master of Enchantment, get up, still just streaked with ash and blood, as he steps over here. Okay. Let us go home. As he takes out shakily the piece of chalk, begins tracing. Everyone, please come close. Carves. As Jensen steps down from the ship, the other arbiters come over. I'll start with the 2 fallen inside of the circle, so they will come through. Anyone that is not immediately around me will have to step in swiftly into the circle. Everyone who is able to move quickly, step out of the circle as soon as you are transported. I do not want to leave anyone behind. As he stops on one section, as he waits for everyone else to kind of get close. Nods as the thing flares this bright flash of blue and everyone that is immediately within, so Jensen, Yenta, O'Brien's body, Morton's body, Goran, Abjuration, Enchantment, all go up in this bright flash of arcane light and disappear in the shine, and then you watch as the evocation wizard steps in and disappears as well. You all have the chance to step through.
Great.
Do you step through?
I'll
Step
start.
through.
Nemei steps in.
I'll step through.
Gil, Suna, Zex, and Rem, you two are the ones left. Just a simple yes or no. Rem. Zex.
Yes.
And the 5 of you are spirited back to Greywall, stepping through into the stone marble area of the teleportation circle. You can see people gasping in relief, let go from a very tense day. And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Can I just one thing real quick?
I'll give you a little bit of leeway. What are you doing, Suna? Got an action.
I just want to walk after we go through the circle. I just want to come up to Gil and say, I know this isn't much, but it's something at least. I'm going to cast Life Transference at 3rd level.
Okay.
20 for wild magic, so we're good there. So I rolled 23, and then he gained double, so Gil, you regain 46 HP.
How much
There's
health
no
were
way
you
I
at
can-
because you re-rolled dice?
I was at 58.
Okay.
There's no way I can reject this, is there?
You are not able
No.
to reject that.
Dang it. Okay, how much am I getting?
46. You're up
46.
to 47. And as you watch just basically this kind of blue hue go from Suna, you watch her eyes have bags go under them as she exhausts herself magically. And Gil, you watch as part of your shoulder, the muscle reconstructs. And that is where we end. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This was a nice lighthearted episode as everyone had a good time.
No.
Thank you so much for Jazz, Alpha, Suzanne, James, and how many are taking part in this. We weekly play in my little world, and they all, I love that the 5 of them take part in my story. Thank you everybody so much for staying here and watching through Swim, for kind of hanging out in the comments, as well as everyone who redeemed so many chat rewards.
You are so welcome.
On the next session.
On the next session of Dragon Ball Z, Depression.
Ramen Suna bare knuckle box in front of the princess.
And Suna, bare knuckle, hands down in the sand pit, going for it. And angst as the battle is over, but the consequences are not. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure to follow the channel. We stream it every week. And if you're subscribed on YouTube, thank you so much for watching the restream. Everyone take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.